Hey everybody, so I'm out here in the desert and I wanted to show you guys my gun collection. It's gun day. So I guess I'm going to start with my handguns and I will start with what I use for home protection. And this is a Beretta 40 caliber. Now, I hope you can see it from here, but so this is a 40 caliber stainless steel. Unchamber the round for you guys so you know it's safe. Um, I love this gun. I keep it next to my nightstand in my bed for home protection. It is a great gun and it's American made, so that's why I support Beretta. I really love Beretta, and to be honest with you, the biggest reason was this is going to show my age is from back in the day when the movie Lethal Weapon came out. They used the Beretta FS92. Now this is a FS92 frame, but it's chambered in 40 caliber, so it has that look of the same guns that Mel Gibson used in Lethal Weapon, which I really like. So this gun with some hollow point 40 caliber rounds stays in my nightstand, and that's how I sleep at night. This is also a Beretta. I really support Beretta, you guys, because American made. So the gun that I carry daily in my purse all the time with me is the Beretta APX. It's called the APX Carry A1. It will only hold about 8 rounds, so I keep an extra magazine in the front of my purse, and I'm going to show you guys some options for that too. So the Beretta comes with a short magazine that only holds 6 rounds, I believe. And then it has a little bit of an extended magazine, as you can see here. And I put the Muddy Girl camo stuff on it. It looks really good when it has the extra thing, and it's a lot easier to hold when it has the magazine extension. So when you're grip like man hands like Jessica here, so as you can see, the stock magazine isn't much to hold on to. So if I was to do it properly, my pinky's not on the weapon, and that can get a little hard to control. And that's why I don't really shoot with this gun very much. It just stays in my purse all the time. And I wanted to go over a couple things with the ladies. Like, if protection's what you're wanting, these little guns are great because they do fit in the smallest purses. There are a few options out there, and I wanted to go over those right now. So my favorite purse in the world, let's go ahead and set that there. The round is unchambered, is the Kenzie Ray, and she's like the Southern Belle of firearms. So she makes a purse, and this is called Muddy Girl Camo. And these purses are great because they are designed for women who carry, and they come with a holster that's velcroed into, and you can unvelcro it. So this holster comes with the purse, and you can put your weapon in there. And then it has an unzippable cover front, so it can be hidden in this front pocket of the purse, and you could actually get through security. Is, you hand them your purse and they look through it and they go, oh, there can be a gun right here. Now, I don't advocate for carrying guns in gun-free zones, which would be schools, churches, federal buildings, anything owned by the government. You're not allowed to carry a weapon inside there, even if, like me, I do have a concealed weapons carry permit, so I can conceal my weapon anywhere I want to take it. But the Kenzie Ray purses are super cool, and I just like it because it has a lot of bling. Okay, and the other thing I wanted to show you guys was these women's carry belts, and these are made by Can Concealment. They have a kind of a, what do they call that, corset lacing in the back, which is pretty cool. I like that. And they do attach with hook and loop, not hook and loop like Velcro, but actual corset binding. And you can wear this around your waist like so. Okay, so the Can Concealment makes these belts for women with corsets on them, like a cool pink corset. You can get them in other colors. And like I said, they are a hook and loop, what they call a corset fastener tile. It's huge. There's like 6 corset fasteners on this thing. This one is made for your thigh. So if you wanted inner thigh protection, this would do it. You could wear this under a dress or a skirt. I don't know if I would ever do this like in my under my thigh, but this you can do any way you want. It has pockets like that, so that's how the weapon sits inside the like, I guess this could go inside your leg, inside of a dress. Doesn't seem very comfortable to me to walk around like that, but that's what it's for. So you have this option, and then you have these corset belts that have the cool corset lacing in them. And this can go underneath your shirt, and then it has a little tab, and you can just put your weapon right there, and that's concealed. So, if you stand up straight and you have a loose shirt on, It's kind of a cool belt, and it's made by Can Concealment. I just thought I'd share that with you guys. Okay, and now I want to show you my two favorite guns in the world. Some of you have followed me on Instagram and Facebook, and you might have seen me walking around a mall or whatever, open carry, because we live in Nevada and it's an open carry state. So, girls got to have some bling, right? So these are made by Canik, and this is a Turkish gun manufacturer. They partnered with an American company, Century Firearms, about 10 years ago. 20 years ago, they started their business, and they were actually making polymer plastics for Lockheed Martin and like Boeing, and they developed their guns after that with the polymer. So these guns are super cool. They come with a lot of tools. If you can see them here, some of them, like a little mini gun that looks like a Canik, and it is for cleaning the barrel. It has all kinds of cleaning stuff inside of it. It comes with a keychain, an extra grip for the back of the gun. I'll show you that. And I guess you could call it like yin and yang or night and day, but these are the Meta SF, and these are both chambered in 9mm. And guess what? They are matching. So brothers and sisters. And these are called the Signature Series, the Meta SFTs, and they are matching, of course. I had to have a day, Miami Day. That's what this is called. It's Miami Days, and this is called Miami Nights. I don't know if you can see, but they do have the Miami skyline in Cerakote with, and like this one has a little palm tree. And this one, actually, the black one does not have a palm tree on the handle. You guys, I love these guns. They are actually some of the best shooting 9mm I've ever had. I have that Beretta FS92 in a 40 caliber. It's hard to control for someone like me. Yeah, I was a boy and am still a man, but it's still hard to control a 40. And if you want to keep it on target, that's very hard to do with a 40 caliber, in my opinion. That's just me, and that's just how I am. I have shot my Beretta several times at the range and out here in the desert. The Beretta APX carry that I do carry, that small one, is very hard to keep on target. It is only like, I think, a 5-inch barrel, if that. In a panic situation, it would be really hard, like with only 8 shots. So when I can, I will open carry these. The Meta SFT comes with, it holds 19 rounds, and this has a little mag extension here. It's powder coated blue just to match. So when it's chambered like that, there's no round in here. You still have extra grip, which I don't need that for my hands, obviously, but it's nice. I love these guns, and they are my favorite. So they come with a blue holster. It isn't any level security in the holster, but still really cool looking, right? Canik gives you a lot of things with these guns. Like, you get a magazine loader, a speed loader in pink, and you have the, like I said, they have 2 different mags. One that's shorter, and you can put a plastic extension on there. They also come with a metal extension piece. I know you can't tell, but this is metal, and it goes on there. It gives you a little bit extra, something to hold on to, and the gun won't come out because you bolt this on there. So I love these guns, and who wouldn't want to have a Miami Days and a Miami Nights? There's even a little pink flamingo etched inside the bolt carrier group. And I wanted to talk about one other thing. A lot of people question me online. Sometimes they ask why I carry cross draw like this, and it's a little bit embarrassing, but part of it is actually because I have super long arms. As a guy, I have like a wingspan of someone who's probably 6'2", I would say. I'm only 5'9", so I carry cross draw because I have really long arms. And if I can demonstrate it for you a little bit, but what it means is that it's easier for me to go here and pull and draw if I had to, and as opposed to grabbing a gun here. As you can see, my arm comes up, and it's like I have to. So for me, it's just more comfortable. And the second reason that I run cross draw on open carry is because I don't have any level 2 retention holsters for this gun, and I haven't found any online or anything, but I don't trust people. And with the way today's society is, like, I've seen people run up behind people and grab their gun if it's here. So self-awareness is huge. Living in an open carry state, I appreciate that. I like it. It's nice, but at the same time, it's, it's a little scary sometimes for some people who aren't used to being around guns, and when they see guns, it puts them on alert. And I like that because as a Second Amendment supporter, I believe that a well-armed society is a peaceful society. So what that means to me is if a criminal walks into a cafe or a restaurant or a bank or something like that, they're going to see everybody walking around with a gun. And do you really think that guy's going to try and pull a gun and hurt somebody when, say, there's 20 people in a restaurant and the guy walks in and he sees everybody's got a gun? Like, he's literally going to turn around and walk away. Now, I don't know that 100%, but that's my opinion. That's how I feel. And that's why I think open carry is important. And now let's move on to my favorite things, the AR series rifles. Okay, so this was the actual first rifle that I ever purchased. This is a Smith & Wesson. This is a 22 caliber AR-15 style rifle, and they call it the 22 LR for long rifle. There's nothing special about it. I do have a laser sight on there in red and a red dot or a green dot sight. It's a 22. Like I said, this thing is super fun to shoot. It's not very powerful. It doesn't have a lot of kick, and it's super easy to bring up. And it's just a fun plinking gun. Like I said, it is the Muddy Girl camo. These are actually quite affordable rifles. So it's just fun. Like I said, it's not the most reliable rifle. I will say that. No knock on Smith & Wesson, but if you're not running the right, I think you have to run subsonic rounds in these to keep them running smoothly. Otherwise it kind of wants to do, it'll do about 10-20 rounds and then it might get a stovepipe in there. Sometimes that happens and that's okay, but it's just fun plinking rifle. Okay, so this was the first rifle that I ever built. This is a AR-15. It's a 223 wild barrel, which means I can shoot 5.56 and 223. This is all Cerakoted, with exception to this. I'm going to hold this up. There's no round in there, but if you can see, it was pink. It was all pink, and I painted the black in there to have some white speckle. And it really broke up the gun a lot because when I first built it, it was all pink, and it's Pepto-Bismol pink, and I don't really like it. So if you have too much pink, it just doesn't look right. Now, this rifle is very heavy. It has a super long range scope, 4x16x50. And this thing, it actually shoots really nice. This is probably one of the nicest ARs that I have for actual just shooting. It shoots really well. It stays on target. This scope is super heavy. No laser on this because I just use it for long range target practice to zero in at like 200 yards plus. So with that, you need a spotter and somebody with, with binoculars to watch your target and see how it went. But it's a really fun rifle. And when I take it to the gun range, if there are girls that see it, they're just like, oh my God, I want that rifle so bad. That is so cool. I just wish it wasn't like Pepto-Bismol pink, but it's still pretty cool. This rifle I made with a Smith & Wesson MP15 lower receiver. It has just standard operating parts in it, nothing special. I do build a lot of what they call Gucci guns, but they're only Gucci guns from the outside. They're not made with super high-end like aluminum or titanium parts inside. They just have standard Smith & Wesson trigger assembly, mag release, catch release, all that stuff. The bolt carrier group is all just standard Smith & Wesson. So I do get all my parts Cerakoted from a place in Wisconsin. I was going to give you his name and support the business, but I got to tell you guys, like, if we can jump out of the weapons thing back into the transgender thing. So when I was ordering parts, it's all under my legal name, Jessica, obviously. I think he thought I was a girl, and guys dig girls that are into guns, obviously. And the gentleman came out, the owner of the company came out to Vegas, and I was like, hey, I drive Uber. If you ever need a ride, I appreciate you always hooking me up on my parts. And he was shocked when he saw me. I didn't disclose that I'm trans, and when he came and I picked him up from the airport, he was just like, oh. And so I recently ordered some more parts from him, and I got zero customer service out of him. He won't even, I think he responded maybe my text once, maybe twice, asking questions about guns, because I do have some problems that I'll discuss with some of my other guns that I just built, and I'm trying to get that worked out. But now I'm going to have to go to a gunsmith here local in Vegas if it's something I can't figure out on my own. But yeah, not to be a Debbie Downer or anything about it, but I wanted to talk about that because it kind of bothered me that, there is still some, I don't want to say bigotry, but, and I hate using that word transphobic, you guys, it's stupid. People can have a dislike for someone because of the way they look, and that's fine. Like, if you're that judgy and superficial or shallow, whatever you want to call it, but I'm not here to correct them, and I'm not here to make them like me or appreciate who I am or what I'm doing. So I just want to get that off my chest a little bit. On to the next rifle. Okay, so now we're gonna get into my AR9 collection. This was the first AR9 that I built. It is a Anderson lower, and it has some engraving here, Cerakote white with billet anodized red. So everything that is red is aluminum. This is actually a super light rifle for a long one with a 16-inch barrel. But to elaborate a little bit more on how much of a Gucci gun this is actually made with Anderson lower. Like I said, I have ambidextrous everything on this. Ambidextrous safety, ambidextrous charge handle, ambidextrous magazine release, so you can release the mag from both sides. So you have a button on this side, and on this side it rotates like that. So I love this gun. It's very versatile, super lightweight. I guess in a fight it would be okay. It's a LR, so long rifle. It's hard to get it up and on target with such a long barrel, but this was the gun that I am having problems with currently. It is not chambering rounds, and it's not extracting. And what I use is a standard PMag for a 223, but you buy this Endomag from the company Endomag, Mean Arms. You insert the 9mm adapter inside the magazine. So, but it looks like an AR-15 mag, which is holding 223 or 5.56. So, like I said, this is a beautiful rifle, you guys. Try and get it in the sun so you can see it. I love this rifle. I just wish I could get it to work. And this is the one that I was having problems with. Like, one of the problems with like the Mean Arms thing is that if the bolt carrier group is forward, the mag won't go in fully in seat and it just falls out. So you have to draw back the bolt carrier group and hold it, and then you can insert the magazine. See how light this rifle is? I'm holding it with one arm. So it's super light, billet aluminum. I have Timber Creek skeletonized pistol grip. One of the best things that I've done with some of these guns that I've built is, and I will always do this now, is an ambidextrous charge handle. And it's just so nice, like, to be able to pull from this side instead of having to release on this side. So you can pull it with one hand, and from either side you can pull it back and it will unlock. So it's kind of cool like that. I dig that. One of my favorites. I need to get it working properly, and once I do, hopefully I will be a happy camper. Okay, and on to my favorite AR9 that I have built, and this one is purple. Who doesn't love a purple gun? So it's an SVR. It has a 9-inch barrel. I have these quick release for a shoulder harness. This would be great for home defense because it is an SVR, short barrel rifle. I think it looks a little better if I think I went too much on the purple. Like, a black magazine looks a little better in there. So if you remember the AR9, the red and white one that I built, it will not seat the magazine with the bolt carrier group forward. This one, as you just saw, it will. So I can, again, ambidextrous charge handle. So I can pull this back and release it. It will chamber around, no problem. It doesn't matter. These are, like I said, Mean Arms magazines. And I don't know, it looks cool like this with the purple on purple, but I kind of like it better if we go too much purple, it starts to look too, I don't know, dorky or whatever. But this has a flashlight. It even has, I don't know if you can see it, but it has a purple laser to match the purple lights. Yes, I'm a nerd. And True Glow, red dot or green dot for quick target acquiring, which is cool. So it's one of my favorites as far as my 9mm go. Love this gun. Super lightweight because it is SVR. It's super lightweight. When you run 9, it's a non-blowback system, so you don't need a gas block, a gas tube. There's nothing. AR9s are super cool, and they're actually probably better for stopping an enemy than, I would say, a standard AR-15 with 223 or even 5.56. Now, that all depends. Not to get too crazy on the technical side of the gun world, but it's true that rounds make a difference. Like this style round, whether it's a green tip or a hollow point or just a full metal jacket, different rounds do different things. I hate saying it like that, but inside the body. So it just kind of depends what rounds you're shooting and as far as how lethal it goes. And that kind of speaks to the argument of whether or not these are weapons of war. Yes, they look scary and they are intimidating, which is why a lot of people build them. It's why I build them. They look cool. They look cool as all get out. Okay, so here we have a blue rifle, my blue AR, and this is an SBR. This is one of my favorites. I gotta quit saying that because they're all my favorites. I love them all. So this is an AR-15. It's an SBR. It is empty. I'll show you. So this does not have an ambidextrous charge handle because I have it in white, and I can get a white ambidextrous, but they're running a little more expensive these days than I want it to be. You guys, I love this color. It's like blueberry, they call it, light baby blue, I guess. And this is a suppressed rifle, so yes, it is not illegal to have a suppressor. I run this suppressor because it is a universal suppressor. It is made by Silencer Co. And it is somewhat quick release, so you just turn that knob and then you can unscrew this. And if you have another rifle, you can place this muzzle brake. You can have several of these and they work on this silencer. So in the middle of like target shooting, I could run my SBR silenced and then I could put this right on my AR-15 and run it suppressed. Now the Silencer Co. suppressors are 2-piece and you can shorten them up. So this is the super long, that's the quiet version. This would be the loud version. I do appreciate a suppressed rifle. It does take a long time to get suppressors. Like it's 6 to 8 months wait time for these things. So just so you can see, so the AR-15 with that SBR, that's a 7-inch stainless steel barrel. It is wild as well. So it took a lot of work to get a 7-inch barrel to run a gas block that would eject the rounds properly. Once I got it running, it's running really good. This has the same thing. It has an Anderson lower with Anderson trigger parts, and the bolt carrier group is also Anderson. It has a True Glow red dot. I have a green laser on this one and a tack light for nighttime. So this would be another rifle that I would use in my home if I had to, especially because it is suppressed. So I do keep this one ready to go, kind of, you know, in the bedroom. I don't have any children in the house, so it's not like I'm being dangerous. If I do want to go over one thing really quick with you guys. So there's a lot of talk about these things being weapons of war, and I'm not a gun professional. I am a gun enthusiast, I would say. And I want to bring up a serious topic when it comes to mass shootings here in America. I deal with people all over the world come to Vegas and they always say the same thing. You guys and your guns. You guys are crazy. Everybody in the world thinks we're insane because we love our guns. And they always talk about mass shootings and how dangerous these weapons are, these AR platform is. And I'm here to tell you guys it's not. Facts are that only 3% of mass shootings are committed with an AR. Okay, they are too heavy, they are too bulky. You can't move around with them quickly. I mean, you can with some training, like the SEALs and the Rangers, the Navy, all those guys do it. So most of it is done with a handgun. And a 9mm bullet versus a 223, I don't know if you can see it very well, but like this little guy travels at around 3,000 feet per second. It is traveling so fast. It's a subsonic round, so it goes faster than the speed of sound. The 9mm bullet travels around 900 feet per second. So this has more stopping power, more damage will be done with this bullet than this little guy. So this little guy traveling at 3,000 feet per second typically will just go right through you. Yeah, if it hits a bone, it will explode that bone. But if you just want to stop someone and put them down quickly, this is probably the best round to use. And this is why I believe a lot of these insane psychopathic mass shooters, they're using handguns for that reason right there. They're quick. You can move around corners. You can hide with it. You can, people don't even know you have it in your hand if you really tuck it away. So my 2 cents on that part. And all right, guys, this is it. This is my favorite gun of all time. The love of my life, I guess. I don't have a good sex life. So this is it, you guys. My favorite AR. It is a little bit heavy. It is an Anderson lower with the Punisher logo etched in there. It has a combination red dot with 10x40 scope and also has a red dot laser incorporated to the red dot scope. A pretty bright mag light, actually. The tack light on this one has a good pattern, and it does multiples, flashing, stuff like that. So you guys, I love the purple anodized. It's called Blood Moon. So this is aluminum, billet aluminum, and an aluminum muzzle brake or flash hider, they call it. So that adapter that I have, I could put my suppressor on any of these rifles. I do have, and I'm mad I didn't bring it, I have a Timber Creek skeletonized purple anodized grip that I have for this as well. But I just love the white and purple, you guys. This is, like I said, this gun is my favorite. Oh no. This one, it has a white actual ambidextrous charge handle. Standard BCG by Anderson Manufacturing, Anderson lower, Anderson internal parts. And like I said, this is a good rifle. Like, this one shoots really good. The two best shooting rifles I have are that Pepto-Bismol pink one and this one. They run smooth, no jam, no issues. Now this one is a 5.56 NATO, so that means I cannot run 223 in this, and that is something else that I could bring up too. 223 is so much easier to shoot, you guys. I actually hate shooting 5.56. Now this rifle, contrary to what I just said, this rifle runs really well. Like I said, it shoots amazing, and if you can keep it on target without the extra grip, like it's a nice rifle. It runs good. And it is my favorite. Like, I hope you guys enjoyed my collection today. These are Muddy Girl. This is a Serenity color. As you saw, some of the other gun cases I have are all Muddy Girl camo, made by several different companies. Kenzie Ray. These are Bulldog cases. I really like them because they go with everything else I have. That's girly, I guess, if you want to say it that way. But thanks you guys for tuning in. Leave a comment if you have any questions. I'm sure I missed a lot of stuff. I'm just a gun enthusiast, and I think there's a difference. You know, I don't work in the industry. I just enjoy it as a hobby. If that day ever comes, hopefully it doesn't, but whether it's a civil war that we end up in or if some country invades us, at least I know y'all are welcome to come to my house, and I got plenty of ammunition and guns. We can take care of ourselves and protect ourselves. Stay, like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, like I said, leave those in the comments, and I'll do the best to answer whatever I can if you have questions about where to get parts like this, how much something like this might cost. So, okay, you guys, I don't know how well this is going to work, but I'm going to show you the difference in sound between a suppressed AR-15 and a unsuppressed AR-9. I have a target out there. It's about, I would say, 50 yards away. We won't be able to tell if anything hits because I don't have a zoomed in scope on the phone, but again, suppressed 223 rounds. Rifle is clear. Okay, now here is an AR-9, unsuppressed. Like I said, you guys, AR-9s are really finicky. They are hard to get to run smooth. So let's see how this one does. See, it jammed up. See, it jammed up.